The meta, one of the most used words around LoL discussions. Yet despite being so commonplace, most people only have a vague or even wrong idea of what it actually means. Let's get the most common misconceptions off the table first. The meta is not the top tier of the competitive tier list, it's not all champions played in competitive leagues, and it also doesn't describe what's viable. Meta stands for most effective tactic available, or most efficient tactic available. So when we talk about meta picks, we talk about champions that can use the current game state most effectively. Let's use current top lane picks as an example. At the moment there are three major factors contributing to the top lane meta. 1. The strength of Courage of the Colossus in trading. This means we're looking for champions who can proc it in every trade. 2. The effectiveness of tank itemization. This means we're looking for champions who don't need items to do a lot of damage. So we are looking for champions with high base damages on a low cooldown. Bonus points if you can use the bonus regeneration on Spirit Visage. Even more bonus points if you somehow scale with HP. 3. The lack of good primary engage in other lanes. Since the bottom lane is dominated by mage supports and the jungle dominated by warrior junglers, the burden of being the primary engage mostly falls on the top laners these days. This means we're looking for relative tankiness and lockdown CC. And the champion who provides all of this and a little more and therefore gets an A+ with a little star on top is... it's Maokai. I mean, what did you expect, really? Other champions who fit this description are Nautilus, Poppy and Sion. Now, we can't talk about meta champions without talking about anti-meta champions. These are champions who are picked because they have certain qualities that make them counter the current meta champions. Right now there are two routes to counter the meta. Either kill them with percent health damage, resistant shred or true damage, or out-sustain them. A nice bonus is if you can cancel their TP. Current anti-meta champions are Attack Speed Cannon, Trundle, Singed, Alawi, Fiora and Kled. Next we will talk about meta-resistant champions. These usually have something inherent to their kit that makes them viable despite not being among the best anti-meta or meta champions. The current top lane poster boy for this archetype is Shen. He has both meta and anti-meta qualities, but really pales in comparison to the other meta and anti-meta champions. What makes him viable is his ultimate. One thing to remember though is that meta resistance doesn't mean meta immunity. The last group I want to talk about are overtuned champions. Currently there are two of them in the top lane, Camille and Jace. Camille has anti-meta qualities, but is so strong that she is picked over meta champions into almost any matchup. Jace on the other hand is neither a good meta or anti-meta champion, but he is still picked due to how strong he is. As I have alluded to multiple times in this video, it is sometimes difficult to 100% classify a champion as meta, anti-meta or something else. Poppy has percent health damage and Trundle likes to build Spirit Visage. I hope this video was helpful regardless. I will do a couple more of these defined videos, and if you want me to define anything, then leave them down in the comments below, or if you have any questions as well. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.